I will never forget when I walked into this house after it was first built. I just burst into tears.
It's incredible the care and comfort that they gave, not only to my wife, but to the family.
To know that there is a place where you can be useful and where you can also be helped if you need it is such a peace of mind I can't describe.
Warm, caring, loving individuals. Their interactions with my father when he was a guest, it was like they were family members.
Give of your time and your funds, and people in Williamsburg do that, which is wonderful. I mean, come and help us answer the phones, come and sit and hold someone's hand. You know, don't be afraid of it. If you know someone who needs hospice, please tell them.
Hospice is a philosophy of care that helps people in the later stages of their lives and in their dying time.
They sort of seem to find out what we needed and give it back to us, which I guess is part of their training. It was really wonderful.
Once you've been here, experienced this place, then you want to give something back to it.
They would like to have their loved ones spend their last days here at the hospice house in Williamsburg.
People here in Hospice House are like family for us.
The executive director asked me if I knew anything about computers. And I said, yes, I do. I use them all the time. She said, oh, I really need someone in the office to work on the computer. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 years.
I started coming here to just help out, primarily with families who were here, particularly with people who are at end of life.
I jumped at the chance to be involved in some way that didn't involve patient care because I didn't think I was quite up to that. And so I joined and I started on the grounds committee. So I'm out here pulling weeds and filling bird feeders and just doing whatever needs to be done.
I like to think of, I guess, what we do sort of as midwives, midwifing people to a new realm. You know, midwives birth people into this world. We're sort of doing the opposite of that and leading them out of this world. And I think that we feel comfortable with something that's very mysterious and unexplainable. And for many people, it's a very, very scary, uncertain time. And so when they have somebody with them who has some level of peacefulness about it, it helps them a lot.
It's hands-on care, giving medicine and taking direct hands-on care of the person who's passing away under the direction of our nursing staff.
Helping people to understand that it's very important to talk about this early, before you're ill, before the last, so that you can do things like medical directives and talking to your family about what you want at the end of life. Too often we wait until we're in the process, and then it is so very difficult because we are losing the one we love.
Very loving, very caring, in the nicest sort of way. Everybody's very supportive, but not all over you. It was just a wonderful experience. The best of times, the worst of times, and the best of times.
The family support and the love and comfort that they gave the family, it's really, and they treat people as guests. And in fact, that's what they call people here that come here. They're guests, they're not patients.
It really changed me in a way that I had that time to visit with him as he had a peaceful and holy death. He was here for 6 weeks, and the time that we were able to share together at that time, and the staff enabling us to have those conversations, I will always hold very dear.
First and foremost was the comfort, love, and care they gave my wife when she was here. She was made comfortable. She died with dignity. Second thing that comes to mind is the love and care that they gave me and my family. They were with us all the way. A lady was assigned as our family comforter. She was here with us all the way. The third thing that comes to mind is the follow-up with the spouse, the husband, the wife, as far as bereavement support. I've gone through 5 of 6 sessions, and I found that to be very, very beneficial in working your way through this grief process.
When my father was ill, and how much love and care that they gave him, and that they really are sensitive to your needs. And so if you're in a large family or a family situation, it's not always convenient to get the best proper care for your family. If you really love your family member, a hospice home environment is probably the better place to go, because you're going to get the care, and if you may not be able to attend to their every need, but at least you will be able to visit them when you desire to do so, and they'll get the proper care they need for the last days.
I was put in contact with a family, and this is a family from Puerto Rico. They speak Spanish, and they help us in a great way. Well, during the time my mother was here in hospice, they were coming every day in the afternoon and stay with my mother. They spoke Spanish to her, and I think she really appreciated that.
Most people, when they think of hospice, they think of 6 months or less, and there's no hope, and you just come to hospice to die. And we are so much more than that. And sometimes it's just a matter of running some errands for the family. Sometimes it's a matter of bringing meals in. Sometimes it's just sitting with the caregiver that needs somebody else to be there with them. We're the only hospice program that has a hospice house in the state of Virginia that doesn't charge for its services. We support the Women with Breast Cancer Support Group. We help Compassionate Friends, which helps deal with parents that have lost children. We also run a bereavement support group open to anybody in the community. We have a large garage full of medical supplies that we have either bought or has been donated to us. And people that have a need, and it doesn't have to be somebody with a terminal illness, but somebody that has an illness that they're dealing with at home, and they need some extra supplies and they aren't able to get funding for it, they should feel free to come to Hospice House, and we'll help them in any way we can. Over half of our budget is provided from memorial gifts or from individual donations. We also receive funding from the Williamsburg United Way, from the City of Williamsburg, James City County, and from York County. We have 3 or 4 major fundraisers a year that provides a large sum of money, and the rest of our income comes from civic groups, churches, and other organizations in the community. We could not do what we do without the support of the community.
I love Hospice House. I give testimonials to it on the street corner if you give me a chance.
Just enriched my life to be a part of this.
I'm overwhelmed with this place, and I have contributed to Hospice House.
I tell folks that hospice is one of the real jewels of the community.
I tell them how fortunate Williamsburg is to have this facility.
And one of the things that it taught me was how important it was to be with him in the present moment, whatever that moment was.
Well, heaven, before going to be with the Lord.
And to be able to help people at a time that is so very difficult.
I think she passed away with in a great place. It was the way she deserved.
It is not depressing. It is sad many times, but we get so much more than we give. It's the kind of place that people don't want to come to, but if they have to, they're so happy that there's a place like this around to be able to utilize.